Great. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ellen Silverstein. I'm the president of the Maryland Society of Accounting and Tax Professionals. And this morning, I am more than pleased to welcome Janice G. from the Maryland Volunteer Lawyer Service. Thank you for joining me this morning, Janice. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thanks.
These are strange and unusual times we're living in, as we might have been discussing prior to our broadcast. And we are just trying to slog our way through it all, right? I mean, it seems, and as I was saying, it seems like Groundhog Day, day after day after day, with no real end in sight, even though, as we watched yesterday, Governor Hogan is going to start to relax or go through the, beginnings of the phase 1 of the reopening Maryland. So this should be an interesting thing, and it actually starts at 5 p.m. on Friday, which I thought, well, that's an odd time to sort of reopen everything. It's the beginning of the weekend, but okay, there must some rhyme or reason to it all. What is your take on all of that? How are you feeling? How is MBLS dealing with it? Yeah.
Yes. So lots of changes, definitely. We take each day as it comes. MBLS is actually completely operational. We actually were prepared to go remote and had planned for it when all this first started. So once the order came down, we very easily transitioned and actually have been remote now for almost, I think, 2 months. So we've been doing it for quite a while. We are fully operational, still accepting clients, receiving calls, accepting clients, placing clients with volunteers. So still moving along, and still encouraging people to volunteer and still recruiting new volunteers. We've been very lucky that people are still signing up to be volunteers and still taking cases. So that's really wonderful. I think that's incredible, especially during this crazy time, for people to be willing to step up and do that and help people who are in need right now, because there's always people in need. And I think this especially has revealed the problems, many problems out there, and how there's such a disparity between individuals who really were already in need, and now it's much more obvious and much more significant these days.
It is a really good opportunity, because we are stuck at home kind of thing, or with the stay-at-home orders, and we do have an opportunity to consider how grateful we all are for where we might be in our lives, and that we do have a house over our head, and a roof over our heads, and food on the table, etc. And then there are those that don't, or those that are struggling to make those things meet. I'm feeling that very strongly when you see the news and other reports about how the economy is, and you're watching my own businesses that are clients of mine that are struggling to actually see if they can actually keep the doors open any longer as this continues. So hopefully this phase 1 opening won't bring about unintended consequences, which is the resurgence of the spike in cases. So we'll hope that won't happen. But so there is always a need. And how are you able then to work with the state and or IRS in that way? Because I know that IRS's resources have all been, reallocated. I can't even fax in a power of attorney. I mean,
right. It is very challenging right now, certainly. Because as you said, most of the IRS is working remotely or closed. So no one's answering the phones there. No one's opening the mail there.
Yes.
I've heard that the mail is being accepted and just being stored in trailers somewhere, and then at some point when people are able to go back into the office, they'll be, I guess, looking at trailers full of mail.
Can you imagine what's going to happen then?
So that's going to take a while for everyone to get through things.
And it's nice that the IRS has extended. I just read yesterday, our tax holder liaison, Veronica Tubman, issues a bunch of informative documents that say, IRS is relaxing any of the penalties and interest assessments, and following through with offers and compromise and that kind of stuff. So
so, it's definitely very helpful. I think it's as you said, very strange times, and so we all have to kind of figure out how to best work with it. But
we're trying to adapt to an ever changing landscape, as I said. Got to be very fluid, right?
Definitely.
Constantly
I have found that the
rules and
Maryland
regulations.
I have found that the Maryland Comptroller is being responsive, by email. They're not
Yes.
answering phones,
Yeah.
but in sending them
Yeah.
emails, I'm surprised how quickly we're getting responses regarding that. So
Oh,
that's
that's great. Yes.
yeah,
I've had
yeah,
good luck with that as well, a little bit when I've needed it. So that's terrific. Yeah. So at least you can get some things done for these people, because it would be a shame to have this keep dragging on, So,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, so.
definitely.
All right. So let's talk about what you were here to share with us today about what
Sure, sure,
MBLS
yeah.
does
No, this is great, and
and
that's
how
a great lead into our new initiative. We have a new
terrific.
project,
Yeah.
and so I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Uh-oh.
There we go.
There we go. Okay,
Perfect.
great. Is
Yes.
it there? Yay!
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so very good. So for those of you who didn't catch it before, my name is Janice, and I am the director of the Low Income Taxpayer Clinic at Maryland Volunteer Lawyers Service. And, as you all know, there are the economic impact payments coming out, also known as the tax stimulus check. And, everybody is looking for that because it's not a lot of money, but it can make a big difference especially for our clients, our
Yeah.
population. So.
Yes.
But unfortunately, a lot of these low-income taxpayers aren't going to be receiving these because they haven't filed the 2019 tax return, or sometimes not even a 2018. And again, these are individuals who really could use this money. So, and why aren't they filing? Well, a lot of the free services that they use, the VITA sites or the volunteer income tax assistance programs, have closed, because of the coronavirus. So, that is leaving thousands of low-income Marylanders without a free option. Places like Cash or the AARP, are no longer available to meet with them. So that's leaving them unable to file their tax returns, and many of them are not tech savvy enough to do it on their own.
Right.
And so that makes it even more challenging. So,
Say
but you guys can help. And so let me show you how. By becoming a volunteer with us, we can help prepare a tax return for a Marylander in need. Okay, and so this is just a short-term thing. It's not a full representation case. It's really just helping to prepare a tax return, and that allows somebody then to get their economic impact payment, which can be so important to them. So
that's
great.
terrific. Yeah.
And so just a final slide showing the benefits of volunteering with us. Not only are you doing a great thing to help someone, but MBLS, we are statewide, and we have volunteers across the state. So we offer extensive networking and mentoring programs for individuals who have questions. We have many volunteers. We're not limited only to attorneys. We do work with, we welcome CPAs as well as enrolled agents. And we have a wide range of people with wide ranges of many years of experience. So incredible mentors and availability of that. We also offer free trainings as well as free webinars on a regular basis. Every month we have a Tax Tuesday webinar on the second Tuesday of each month on a tax topic, and those are all free. And the most important thing is that you feel good. You feel good about helping someone, and someone else really benefits, and you've made a huge difference. So please join us. This is something you guys are already doing, and it would be so easy to do one more tax return for someone who really needed it. So
right. That would be perfect. Yes. So, and how do we I'd have to contact you then to actually move forward with taking on just a tax preparation for a client or two?
Yes. So if you can contact me, my contact information is on the slide there. You're welcome. Probably the best way to reach me is by email. And send me an email, and I'll send you the link to the registration, the application form to register as a volunteer. And then we'll have you available on our panel. And then when we have a client who needs assistance like this, we'll reach out to you. So
that's awesome. Terrific. And we've already had an opportunity. So our board member, Jonathan Rivlin, is the one that introduced us 2 years ago, I think now. And we have been trying to really work and we've been doing some joint education classes. And we've also tried to get our membership to join in and help out and provide some services to MBLS, because it's such a great cause and a wonderful opportunity to give back. And yes, you do feel really great by being able to do that for somebody else and help somebody get through their tough time. And then again, with all the networking and mentoring that is available, and making some great connections with some, great attorneys other CPAs and EAs who are available to do this work. It's really, really a great service. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate everything that you've been able to help us do and expand our network, which is always good. And we hope that we are expanding yours as well.
It's been a wonderful partnership, definitely.
It's a wonderful partnership. It is a really, really great thing. So we thank Jonathan, as always, for making that introduction to us originally. So yeah, so that's what we're all about. We're trying to help our community, increase our community.
I don't know this, but Jonathan was actually Volunteer of the Month last month in April for MDL.
Yes, he was. As a matter of fact, we did post that on the MSATP website as well. So
yeah.
Yes. So it was very, very cool. It's very cool. He's well worthy of it because he's been really very interested in that work and giving back to his community and being a very valuable resource to the Maryland Society of Accounting and Tax Professionals as well. So it's been a wonderful addition to our board. So thank you, Janice. We appreciate it. So I'm going to chat just a little bit more, if I may, on some of the stuff that MSATP is trying to do as we adapt to the ever-changing landscape of offering our educational programs as well, much like Janice is on her Tax Tuesdays. Is that what you call it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I'm sure they're done via webinar, just like we're doing. So a note to our MSATP webinar attendees, your security is really important to us as well. So once you've completed your webinar registration on our website, so you'll go to our website, you'll look at the classes that we have being offered, you'll select the one that you want, you'll receive a confirmation email, which you will need to complete and then do a second registration in Zoom, which is the platform that we are using actually to do our webinars. So this is again to ensure that you receive your CPE certificate and that our webinar is secure. So when you've completed the Zoom registration, you will get the link to join the webinar in your email. So don't forget that this is a two-step process that we are utilizing to help ensure the security of our how we are doing what we're doing, right? Because there's been some questions about security on a video webinar platforms. So Zoom has instituted a lot of these changes as well. So we are trying to adhere to those policies and make sure that everybody's video experience is a good one and it's a secure one. So make sure that when you check out our website, please go to www.msatp.org. Check out our very new refreshed website, which is just beautiful, much more user-friendly. Make sure that you're looking at all of our educational offerings, which is super helpful, and how we're adapting as we move forward. So most of our presentations for the next, at least through June, are going to be via webinar. We're not going to be doing anything live at this time, just for the safety of our staff and our membership and other attendees. So we'll do our best to hopefully be able to get together live. I don't know if anybody joined us yesterday for our tax speaker webinar. That was an all-day event, but we did get breaks. We had time for lunch. So it really worked out quite well, and it was so informative. Oh my goodness, there was so much to know about Social Security. You would think, you just go, apply, get what you get. No, there's a whole lot more to it than that. So make sure that you're aware of all of that by attending. It was a great seminar. He was really he did a great job for us on that yesterday. So we've got a lot more coming up. Anyway, Janice, I want to thank you again for joining me.
I want to put in one last plug about, we actually do have a webinar coming up with MSATP, and that's June 4th.
Great. We'd love to hear about it.
That's coming up on June 4th. It's going to be at noon, 12 to 1. It's the title is Effective Tactics for Helping Your Clients Through Tax Collections. And it's being presented by two speakers who have presented before. That's Rebecca Shepard and Caitlin Loeffner of Frost Law. It's going to be a webinar. The webinar itself will be from 12 to 1. We're going to jump on a little early at 11:30 to try to do some networking and chatting ahead of time.
Good.
That will MSATP will be providing one credit for that. So it's a very not only do you learn something, but you also get that credit, which is great. We do ask that any attendee take a case, take a volunteer case, and apply what you're learning into practice right there. So it's a great opportunity to learn a little bit of stuff and then have a hands-on experience where you can utilize that material. So let's get a credit. So
terrific. It is. It's such a great blend of opportunities at that point. Networking and getting your education, getting a CPE credit, and then being able to give back, which is just really important.
yeah.
So it makes us a real community, which is what community is about. So helping each other and giving back, which is really critical. So thank you, Janice. June 4th, right?
June 4th,
So
yes.
we can go to our website again and fill out that register for the class and enjoy lunch together anyway, right? Listen to the speakers talk about right. that iron collections issue, which is always very trying. So that's awesome. Terrific. All right. So thank you all for joining us today. Janice, again, thank you. We'll look forward to meeting with everybody again next week as we do another Facebook Live, and enjoy the rest of the week. I know that as of tomorrow, at least, the state of Maryland has started to relax the laws. I'm not sure every county is following. So I'm in Montgomery. Not sure they're going to actually be doing exactly what the governor has said, but we'll get there eventually, we hope. So anyway, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of the day, everybody, and thank you again. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.